This is little Billy. Billy is a 7th grade student at Sunnydale Middle School in the heart of Middle America. But little Billy is a little different. When little Billy was 5 years old, he had been valedictorian of his kindergarten class. He had done so well, the principal let Billy skip the 1st grade. So when he started school the next fall, little Billy became the youngest ever 2nd grader. 5 years later, while all of Billy's classmates started to get bigger, he remained little Billy. He noticed his classmates growing larger and larger while he remained small. Soon the other boys began to boast of bodily hairs, and they did so with deepened or sometimes cracked voices. As if this wasn't bad enough, little Billy also couldn't help but notice the changes in the girls in his class. Suddenly they all had hips and lips and boobs and wore makeup and perfume. Little Billy watched on as the other boys flirted with the girls, and sometimes he couldn't help but to feel a little left out. That evening, little Billy sat down to dinner with his mother, father, and his baby sister Janice. He had a few questions for his parents and felt that dinner would be a good time to ask them. He told them about how the other boys and girls at his school suddenly seemed so much bigger and older than him. Little Billy's mother explained that they were all going through puberty, and that it was natural for children that age to go through changes. She explained that Billy's classmates were becoming young men and women. "But what exactly is puberty?" little Billy asked his mother. "Well," his mother said, "puberty is a period of rapid physical changes in early adolescence during which the reproductive organs mature." Reproductive organs? That's right, Billy. Every adult man and woman has reproductive organs. A man has a penis and testes. The penis, which is a male's sexual organ, consists of an internal root and the external shaft. The testes are the male gonads that reside in the scrotum. They produce sperm. "That's right," said Billy's mother. "And a woman has a vagina and ovaries. A vagina is a stretchable canal in the female that opens at the vulva and extends about 3 to 5 inches into the pelvis. The ovaries are the female gonads. They produce ova. When the ova, or egg, is fertilized with a man's sperm, a new life is created, and 9 months later, a baby is born." This is just like that birds and bees talk you gave before Janice was born. "Exactly," said Billy's mother. "But what's that got to do with puberty?" "Well, everything, son. Puberty means becoming a man, and being a man means having responsibilities. And one of those responsibilities is raising children of your own someday." He thought hard for several moments, and then excused himself from the table. He said goodnight to his mother and father, and then headed upstairs. Billy was a smart boy, and knew that his classmates at school were a little older than him. But he also knew that even at his age he could expect puberty at any time. After little Billy got ready for bed, he knelt before his bedroom window and prayed to the brightest star in the sky that he could find. "Oh, bright star in the sky, please send me puberty." And that night, as little Billy slept, a miracle happened. When little Billy opened his eyes, he wasn't sure if he was awake or dreaming. In the center of his room, there stood before him the most beautiful woman he had ever seen. "Who are you?" Billy asked timidly.
"I am the puberty fairy, come from the stars to grant you your wish, but first, there is still much to know. Now Billy, puberty isn't something that just happens overnight. Puberty is a magical process that will occur throughout your body over the next several years. I'm simply here to show you what to expect."
But what can I expect?
Well, some of the first things you will notice are what we call secondary sex characteristics, such as acne or pimples, the ability to grow a beard and mustache, deepening of the voice, and body hairs. Before long, you will also notice enlargement of the penis, scrotum, and testes.
Wow.
Girls experience many similar changes during puberty. They too experience the appearance of acne and underarm hair, but in addition, girls' bodies experience breast development and the rounding out of body contours. They also experience the growing of pubic hair and enlargement of the uterus, clitoris, and labia. These are just a few of the basics, my dear boy. The rest you will have to learn as you go. Just remember that puberty is a natural part of every young man and woman's life. Don't be embarrassed if you have questions. Just ask your parents, teachers, or other trusted adults.
Wow, thanks for everything, Miss Fairy, ma'am.
You're quite welcome, young man. Your wish is granted and good luck on your new journey into adulthood.
The next day, little Billy awoke with a twinkle in his eyes. When he lifted up his covers, he could hardly believe what he was seeing. The guys at school will never believe this. That morning, at breakfast, Billy was all smiles. You seem chipper this morning, son. I'll say, did you sleep well, little Billy? Please, Mom, call me Bill. That day, at school, Billy was the happiest he remembered being in a long time. He was still smaller than almost everyone in his class, but he knew that his journey into manhood had just begun, and he had proof. The end.